We are also 4 days now into the government shutdown, and President Trump is threatening massive layoffs, charging Budget Chief Russ Vought with determining which federal agencies should be subject to those cuts. Plus, the Trump administration is going after key projects in Democratic-led cities by freezing federal funding for those projects. Meanwhile, Democrats are putting health care at the center of their fight, pushing for Congress to extend tax credits for health insurance plans that are covered under the Affordable Care Act. Those enhanced subsidies are set to expire at the end of this year, and Republicans say that debate will only happen once Democrats agree to reopen the government. Let's bring in Pennsylvania Democratic Congresswoman Madeleine Dean. Congresswoman, thank you so much for being here on a Saturday night. We really do appreciate it. I want to start first.
Great to be with you, Jessica.
It's good to be with you, too. I want to read you a post from the president. He said he was talking about making cuts to federal agencies in the workforce, and he said, quote, "I can't believe the radical left Democrats gave me this unprecedented opportunity." What do you say to that? Did Democrats give him an opportunity to wreak, havoc on the federal government?
Of course not. But if you don't mind, I want to go back to your earlier reporting. Thank you, thank you, thank you for reporting on the possibility of a ceasefire, return of hostages, and humanitarian aid, an end to the suffering in Gaza. It's something I have been paying attention to for 2 years now. I really thank you for making sure that was top of our headlines. So I support the president in his 20-point plan, and I pray for peace in the Middle East and the day after. To your point on the budget and our failure to move forward, why the president would see this as an opportunity in that extraordinarily corrosive and negative way, I do not understand. I had the chance to speak with the Speaker of the House this week. And you'll remember the budget shutdown was set for September 30th, Tuesday. And what did the Speaker of the House do? He told his people, stay home. Republican House members, just stay home, stay on vacation, stay in your districts, be wherever you want to be, because we're not going to contribute to making sure we don't shut the government down. And then what you saw now, it's shocking to me. The Speaker has said, don't come back next week. That tells me that the Speaker is observant to a president who really wants this shutdown. And Mr. Vought has made it very clear. He has wanted this shutdown. He has no respect for federal employees and looks forward to firing hundreds and tens of thousands of them. It's a very unserious set of folks and a very unserious and very damaging shutdown for this country.
Yeah, and you mentioned this, but you had this conversation with the House Speaker that was caught on camera. It kind of went viral. It was kind of everywhere. I am curious if you walked away from that interaction with any different thinking, any takeaways. How did you come away from that?
Well, Jessica, I have to admit to you, I have had the chance to speak with the Speaker one-on-one in that way and with courtesy, both from him and from me, but with real seriousness and differences of opinion. And while the one piece that was caught on film, I stand by. I feel very urgently about it, that the president has behaved, and it reveals that he is unwell. But much more, I spoke to the Speaker about leading, about his obligation and opportunity as Speaker of the House to lead, about health care and what the ramifications are to his constituents and to mine. And sadly, one of the things that he said to me when I said, many of your constituents will lose the ability to pay for health care, will lose health care altogether. And he said, good, able-bodied men not on the rolls. I find that very sad. It's not true. It's an old chestnut that folks are just simply not working in order to take government benefits. The most important thing I tried to impress upon the Speaker was our obligation as public servants and elected officials to speak the truth. And so I have found that the Speaker has not been speaking the truth when he talks about the silly notion of what is a clean CR and what is a dirty CR. My constituents and his don't care what a CR is. They know that we are not functioning. And they know that the Republicans are in charge of the White House, the House, and the Senate, and they're failing to lead.
And I do want to ask you about that. I had your colleague, Congressman Mike Lawler, a Republican from New York State, on in the last hour. And his take on all of this is that this is Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries, the leaders of the Senate and the House, Democratic leaders, that this is about them trying to prove to the base that they'll fight back. This is about Democrats trying to fight back and just show the base that they're willing to push back on the Trump administration, that Democrats have voted for CRs in the past. Again, to your point, a continuing resolution that would just extend the current funding. What do you say to that?
Well, I like Mike. He and I spar and get along and have some fun together, but he's just plain wrong. It is ridiculous. I'm an appropriator. I'm on the Appropriations Committee and the Foreign Affairs Committee. And he's just plain wrong. This is not about talking to our base. This is about talking to our constituents and caring about health care. Take a look at the numbers. If you take a look at what happened in the big ugly bill, we spent more than $4 trillion in deficit spending to get tax cuts, permanent tax cuts to the very wealthy. Do you know what the price tag is to make permanent the discounts for ACA insurance? Do you know what that number is?
I do not know what that number is.
$350 billion, less than 1/10 of what we dug ourselves into. So Mr. Lawler knows these numbers. Mr. Lawler understands that this is deficit spending on behalf of the rich. This is taking away health care from working people.
All right, Congresswoman Madeleine Dean, again, thanks for being here on a Saturday night. We do appreciate it.